Shalom, Israel. Want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BAHASHAM, Rakak, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops at Great Millstone, and peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, to the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one Catastrophic Home Explosions Continue Across America. Catastrophic home explosions continue across America. Call halal Yahawah Bahasham YAHAWAHSHI. Call halal Yimla Alahayanawa Yahawah Bahasham YAHAWAHSHI. And something that's on my spirit, and as the title reads, catastrophic home explosions continue across America. This will be straight to the point. But the evil day is here. We're in that time of recompense, and judgment must start with the Lord's people. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the tribes, the Lord's chosen people. Judgment is going to start with the Lord's people and on down to the other nations. And we see, death is increasing. The Lord said there's going to be so much death from one end of the earth unto the other in this end. And he was going to bereave thee. There's some close family members and friends that are about to be put to death. You see, because they weren't pleasing the Lord. And I seen this article in the headlines earlier, just a little while ago, and it caught my attention. I'm not gonna read the article. I want to get straight to the point on this. But basically, you have these catastrophic home explosions that are going quietly that's going on across the country here in America, man. They said in 2023 was the most deadliest gas line home explosions since 2004. And it's increasing. It's getting worse. This is a crisis that's unfolding, that buildings and homes are exploding. And the infrastructure in this place in America, here in Babylon, they were saying that these gas pipelines are 100 years old. You see, they're corroded and old, and these things need to be fixed because it's starting to happen more and more. And this is these are terrifying deaths, because it's quote me if I'm wrong, but I think it said down there in Mississippi, I think it was, quote me if I'm wrong, but they just down in Mississippi and in Ohio, this year in 2024, there was a deadly home explosion. You could be laying in the comfort of your home, in your bed. If you got a family, you and your family in the home, laying in your beds, and in the middle of the night, your home explodes. And that's a horrible death, horrible. But we know, throughout the world, but ultimately in this place here in America, Babylon, starting with Jake, a good majority of our people, and on down to the other nations, they don't care. because we know in this place here in America, it's about money, money and power. The Lord ain't. He's not worried about. They're not worried about the Lord, man. And the longer the longer our people are left in this place here in America, the worse they get. The behavior of a good majority of the tribes, you Israelites, a good majority of our people, the behavior is humiliating. It's awful. It's ungodly. It's unholy, unthankful. And for so long, the Lord, he's been keeping. He has a long list of charges on on people, on starting with a good majority of his people and on down to the other nations. He has a long list on all the things that you have done. Matter of fact, let me go here. This would be a quick hit, something that's on my spirit. Call halal Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI. The Lord just he has everything written down. He has it all listed on all the wickedness that you have done. And a good majority of our people, they don't want to get right. So judgment, and it's here. Jeremiah 17 and 9, and it reads. It says the heart is deceitful above all things. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? See? See? And the evil that men do, because this flesh is tainted, it's corrupted, and this earthly flesh is a hostile mind towards the Father. See? It's dirty, it's filthy. It says 10, it says, I, the Lord, search the heart. I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways. This is how you're going to be judged, Jake. The Lord said, I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. The Lord has a whole list on what you have done with your time. And in the end here, you're going to pay for it. If you don't stop your wickedness and come back to seek him, you're going to pay for it. You're going to get it in the end here. And this is what's going to happen to a lot of people, a good majority of our people, and on down to the other nations. You've been going along in life, and you've been doing wickedly, and you ain't came back to seek the Lord. And the Lord just been letting you get just as filthy and nasty and greedy and just as disrespectful as you want to be. The Lord, he just letting you just do what you want to. But in the end here, he's going to crush you if you ain't came back to him. And we know pride. Pride is going to get a lot of people put to death here in the end. Their pride. The scripture tells you, humble yourself in the sight of the Lord. I'll close out with this. I'll close out with this. This is what's coming. Ezekiel 9 and 4. Ezekiel 9 and 4. It says, and it reads, it says, and the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem. Jerusalem is a people before a place. And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men, and set a mark. That mark in the Hebrew tongue, the language is tawa, the mark from exemption, the mark from judgment, not the mark that they're talking about in Revelation the 13th chapter where no man could buy or sell. Nah, this is the mark from exemption, the mark from judgment. They're going to be guided. They're going to be protected in this time of danger, in the time of judgment, death. It says, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done there, that for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And who's sighing and crying day and night? Who's putting up videos left and right all through the day, all through the night, 7 days a week, rebuking a good majority of our people that are into these false man-made religions, calling on the name Jesus the Christ, all into Islam, all into Scientology, all into all this madness, this worldly stuff. Who is sitting here sighing and crying, starting with the apostles in the on down, starting with the apostles and the elders and bishops on down at Great Millstone, and other men teaching the same likewise doctrine. The Hebrew Israelites, the men out of the Lord's people. This is who's coming under the name, the banner, the name of Yahawah. Why Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWAHSHI? No other name. No other name. Who's sighing and crying day and night for the Lord to bring judgment, justice on all this evil and wickedness that's going on in the earth, rebuking a good majority of our people, prophesying the downfall of this place, America, Babylon, spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt. Who is sighing and crying day and night? It isn't the Muslims who's sighing and crying day and night. It isn't the Christians who are sighing and crying day and night. It isn't the Hindu or Buddha or none of these other religions. They're not sighing and crying day and night for the Lord to bring justice and judgment and to be delivered out of this place. It ain't them. Starting with the apostles and elders and bishops on down at Great Millstone, the Hebrew Israelites, the men out of the Lord's people. This is who's sighing and crying day and night. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. 5. And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. That means to kill. It says, let not your eyes spare, neither ye have pity. 6, I'll close out with this. It says, slay utterly old and young, both maid and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. See? So, judgment. So, Lord willing, I'm part of the hopeful elect. Lord willing. Baba Kusha, Baba Kusha, Baba Kusha. Izanka. Baba Kusha. That I'm a part of a part of the hopeful elect, man, and protected and covered in this time of judgment, because what we're about to face, man, we've never seen this type of judgment, this type of death and terror coming on the earth. Lord willing, I'm part of the hopeful elect, into the truthful and sincere Akim and Akwath, the brothers and sisters, the ones that might not be teachers, but believe on the Holy Mashiach in the names of YAHAWAH, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI. Let him cover you and your household too, because this is gonna be brutal, man, brutal. Shalom.